guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha. I'm so glad to have you guys here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly click on subscribe button before you leave. Also give this video a very big thumbs up right now or at the end if you enjoyed watching it. Okay, now of course I promised to come to you guys with a video, talking about Chomzy's interviews, blah blah blah. So let's just do that now. Okay, but first of all, the housemates had their storm body spray task last night, and it was such an interesting task. Okay, so Big Brother had told them that there were 2 rounds to the game. So for the first round, each housemate had 8 minutes, and there were different games. First one was a jigsaw puzzle. Second one was for them to whether or not to run under one this thing like this that will be like nets. You can't run all those things what they do for NYSC. You go run under that thing, then you go still run inside tire, then you go still run on top one stick like this. Like they just had different tasks and all of that. Then you now go to the pool of balls and then try to fish out the particular body spray that you represent, because each of them had like different fragrances of the storm body spray they were representing. So for example, Fina's own fragrance was Pretty or something like that, so she had to complete the puzzle, run, do the other tasks, then go to the pool, fish out the particular bottle of spray that's Pretty and all of that, and then run and shall keep it. Like it was just different things and all of that. And then Biggie told them that at the end of the first round there will be 2 male housemates and 2 female housemates that will move on to the second round of the game. So at the end of the day, it was Hermes and Brian for the guys. Then for the ladies, it was actually Rachel and Daniela. So it was time for them to play the next game. And for this particular game, it was just a game of smell, like your ability to smell. So there were a lot of unpacked perfumes on each of them's table and all of that, and the empty cartons and all. So what they were expected to do was to figure out the particular fragrance that they were representing. So for example, if you're representing Pretty, I don't know, it's only Pretty that's coming to my mind because it's easier to remember. I'm just using that as an example. Okay, so for example, if you're representing Pretty, you're supposed to figure out which of the perfumes is actually the Pretty, and then once you can perceive it and you're sure, you put it in the pack, and then you now say breaking boundaries. Okay, so they started smelling, they were just smelling and all of that, and by the time they were all done, they smelled Rachel's own, it was wrong. They smelled Brian's own, it was wrong. They smelled Daniela's own, it was wrong. Then they smelled Hermes' own, and it was right. But guys, the funny part of this is that Hermes actually finished last year. He was the last person to say breaking boundaries, and because the buzzer had already gone off, so he did not say the breaking boundaries loud. It was like breaking boundaries, and then he just stayed back. So obviously, because they had checked the other 3 people, it wasn't correct. So of course they still had to check Hermes, and surprisingly his was correct. So yeah, Hermes won the storm body spray task for last night, and as usual, Big Brother told him that his prize or his win will be announced to him much later. Okay, now that aside, these housemates also had a conversation last night. Like they were at the dining area. Bella, Shegs, Fina, Groovy, and Chichi by extension, because Chichi was making Fina's hair. It wasn't like she was particularly putting her mouth in the conversation and all of that. I think Rachel was also there. Just some housemates they were by the table and they were talking, and then Bella now decided to now tell us that in the first week of the show, Beauty was actually flirting with Shegs, blah blah blah. That okay, she did it the first time, and maybe okay, I'm reading too much meaning to it. In the second week again, Beauty did the same thing, blah blah blah. And then group is like, oh wow, so this Beauty been the flirt, yes, they accused me saying I do this one, I do this one, I do this one. Fina was just there shouting, hey, this is the apple for this household. Hey, this is the apple, no, this one. In my mind, I'm like, what is all this? Even Brian was trying to defend Beauty, like, no, I don't think that was what happened, blah, blah, blah. But my own is like, why are we even talking about Beauty's behavior in week 9? Like, waiting up. There are several other things people can talk about, several things people can be doing. If you don't have anything to talk about your task. Talk about your wager task. You did it, they talk, Beauty did this one, Beauty did this one.
Enters in between, and what did she do again? She did something to him, and he was like, my girlfriend is here. I was like, oh, wow, I don't know girlfriend though. I heard that one. What is it? Girlfriend though.
She came on a flirty vibe, like, bro, I'm not gonna chat shit.
See, now they virtual place. Even if we kill a woman back, you don't trust her.
Now, I'm not even coming to say, oh yeah, Beauty did not do it or Beauty did it, because I mean, Beauty was just very, like, Beauty was too much, in that first and second week before her disqualification. So I cannot really vouch for a lot of things that she was doing in the house. But my point is, whether she did that or not, like, Kilanfa, what's the essence of having that conversation right now? And then Groove is there saying, oh, so she was doing this and she was attacking me, blah blah. I'm just like, well, people should just get out. Just get out. Okay, now before I end this video, guys, let's talk about this whole Chomzy's interview. Chomzy was like, hey guys, I'm out now. You people did not vote for me, so I'm out now. I'm like, madam, is the audacity for me? Like, which one did you people did not vote for me? Like,
hi, it's your girl Chomzy. I've left the house. You guys didn't vote for me, and I'm out.
We did not vote for you because you were behaving somehow. So you cannot come and be saying, you people did not vote for me, so I'm out of the show, blah blah blah. I'm just like, what is wrong with this girl?
Regarding Fina and Groovy and the whole triangle with Beauty, well, at that point I just feel bad for Beauty. It has nothing to do with Fina or Groovy. I just like put myself in Beauty's shoes, but maybe I was too emotional about it. Who do I wish would win? I don't know, everybody can win, but if you ask me, I would say my friend Bella.
Even when she had the reaction to comments, there's a segment that they also do. They'll give you your phone, you now read some comments that are on your page, and then you give us your first impression and your response. Like, of course, nobody had anything nice to say about Chomzy because, I mean, she was really bitter during the show, especially towards the end of the show. She was just really bitter. Like, she was just really instigating a lot of fights here and there. So it's just normal that people feel that way about her. Chomzy, you have a lot of work to do, in terms of, managing yourself as a brand now, because whether you like it or not, you're a brand now, and, brands are still going to work with you. But, going forward, I feel like it's very important that, she learns how to manage, all of these things, as opposed to just coming out and open them. I'm like, what do you mean by people did not vote for me? Like, did you put money in our pockets that, okay, in case I'm even misbehaving, just keep voting for me? You say more they vote for you as how? It's not possible. Like, guys, let me know, did you watch the interview? Like, what do you think about it? Do you think she was feeling so entitled? Because at some point she sounded very entitled to me. I really don't know, guys, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Also, let me know what you think about that whole Beauty conversation. Do you think it was necessary? Do you see the point of them having that conversation? For me, I didn't see the point. Like, Beauty has been disqualified. Like, let's leave it at that. There's no point trying to paint all these unnecessary pictures. Like, you knew about this picture since you did not paint it. It's today. Like, guys, I don't know, man. I don't have strength. Rachel too was not talking about giddy fire. I'm like, well, I beg. I don't get power. Okay, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Like I said, thank you so much for being here. If you have not voted for me, please vote. The votes still they go on. I know some of you have been sending me, screenshots of the email you got from the polling unit and all of that, showing you guys the votes, and then you're telling me congratulations. While I receive all the congratulations, while I say thank you, guys, the voting is still on. Okay, they have not ended it. It's going to be ending on the 25th of this month. That's on Sunday. So what they did is, they stopped showing the voting poll openly, but if you request that it be sent to your email, you input your email and then they send it to you directly, doesn't mean that I've been announced the winner. I haven't. Okay, so please keep voting for me. All right, best believe that whilst you are watching this and laughing, you'll get a day hot class. I did class like this, they receive lecture. So make sure you drop your comments so that when I'm done with the class, I can come back on here, read through the comments and have something to make me laugh. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Bye.